Now that's fast travel.
Whoa, hey!
In the repair shop today,
A jukebox needs a big, great sound.
Mark prepares to have a blast.
Big and powerful magnet always gives you a lot of oomph bass, and if this preamp's working, we should get boop out the other end.
Now it's all ready for its first bit of colour.
Dom's going bold with a historic sign.
I've already opened the first can and, wow, it's bright. This is going to look great.
Ladder stitch is a great little stitch to do little repairs that you don't want to show too much.
And Julie and Amanda are taking a discreet approach to a favourite feline.
When I pull it, it's a little bit like doing up a corset, like so. I think it's going to be perfect.
First, Greg Sylvester, with a memento from running in an Olympic torch relay, destined to get silversmith Brenton West all fired up.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Great, thank you. Great to be here.
What have you brought in to us?
This is the Olympic torch I carried in New Zealand on the 7th of June in year 2000, the main Sydney Olympic Games.
Wow.
It travels all around the world.
OK.
From, I think it was Athens, to get to the Sydney Olympic Games.
You carried it on that part of the journey?
Yeah. And it's my nan that lives near to Wolverhampton.
Hold on, you're from Wolverhampton?
I am, yes.
That's where I live, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you should have told me I would give you a lift. OK.
Yeah, so if my nan wanted to nominate me to carry this Olympic torch, so I've been shortlisted in front of don't know how many thousands of people. And we had the phone call to say, pack your bags, you're going to New Zealand to carry this Olympic torch.
And how did that feel when you got that phone call?
Proud, tearful, 'cause I didn't think it was ever coming true, but it has, and here it is now.
Amazing. So, Greg, who actually gave you this torch?
He was the chief of the main Olympics, and he said, because I was the first British athlete to carry it, he said that he can keep it.
So have you ever been in the Olympics, apart from carrying a torch?
Yes, well, I'm a Special Olympics athlete.
Yeah.
I've got the Paralympics, I've got the main Olympics. Special Olympics are for people with an intellectual learning disability.
OK.
And, of course, my disability is Down syndrome.
Right.
I'm proud to have Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And my sport really was gymnastics.
And did you win any medals?
See, I got over 200 medals.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I'll tell you what, sir, I've got to take my hat off to you.
Thank you.
I don't often do that. That's an achievement, man. Damn.
Thank you.
What would you like Brenton to do to this?
It'd be nice to have this brand spanking new, because this is a nice piece to take when I do presentations.
Yeah.
To show people that I carried this Olympic torch. It's got dented. As you can see, the writing is peeling off.
OK.
There's some marks there.
Yeah.
OK.
We've been holding it.
And that bit there, that's... Where does that go? Where does that belong?
So that was there at the bottom of the piece, so that will start the flame.
Oh, so that's like the mechanism, isn't it?
So that plunger goes up inside.
Yes.
Got you. I understand.
Right.
And at the top, that is based.
Yeah.
Meant to be based, that's how dented it is. That's meant to be the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And that would be the bridge of the Sydney Harbour.
So, if Brenton's able to get it fixed, what are you going to do with it?
Go to colleges, schools, and it'd be great to show students and other people when I do presentations.
Yeah. And hopefully inspire some more athletes to go into the Special Olympics, is that what you...
No, definitely. It's like a message as well to tell people what, you know, we have a disability, but we can achieve.
Their play. But we are honoured to have anything related to the Olympics, and so we thank you for bringing that in.
Thank you, Greg. I will do my best to make this lovely for you.
Thank you.
See you, Greg.
All right.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Wow, Brenton, that's unbelievable.
It's absolutely amazing to be holding it. And now I've got to fix it.
The hard bit.
The hard bits, yeah. Well, Greg's poor torch has had a bit of a bashing on both ends, unfortunately, and a lot of handling as well. Where the hand has held it, it's worn the white carbon fibre effect on it away from this outside surface. And this pattern is meant to signify the tiles on the outside of the Sydney Opera House. It's so intricate that you'd never be able to paint this on to match it. So I think the best thing to do would be to strip this off and start again, which means this silver Sydney Olympics logo is going to have to be replaced. This piece is part of the mechanism and clearly goes in here, and this is broken away from the torch. So I will have to make some method of holding that hinged part on. I guess that's just going to come out of there. So there's the burner. So here's another piece I'm definitely going to have to remake. This is part of the point at the top. This is a heat shield to stop the main body of the torch getting too hot. And it's actually got a piece missing from it. And hopefully I'll be able to make something so it looks how it did when Greg first ran with it in New Zealand. But we will see.
Next at the barn, Gemma Kent from East Sussex, with a poignant treasure which has comforted 2 generations of her family in need of the Bear Lady's expertise.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hey, who have you bought from?
Right, so I have Meowi.
Oh.
Not quite sure if she's a bear or a cat, but she's been called Meowi, so we're going for a cat.
I would go with a cat with that tail.
Yes, and she is about 36 years old now and looking a little bit worse for wear.
She's beautiful.
She actually belongs to my daughter, Chloe, who's 9. But she originally belonged to Chloe's dad.
Oh, OK.
So Chloe's dad was given Meowi as a baby, and when Chloe was born, it was handed down to her.
Oh.
And unfortunately, in 2018, Chloe lost her dad to cancer.
Sorry.
And they have been inseparable ever since. So it's always been her favourite toy, and she always gravitated to it, and then even more so after losing him.
What was your husband's name?
Richard.
Richard.
And what was their relationship like?
She was the apple of his eye. She could do no wrong.
Oh.
The typical daddy-daughter relationship. They were very, very close.
Was Chloe aware of Richard's illness?
Yes.
Right.
Chloe could see her dad, you know, not well. And in fact, Chloe actually gave Meowi back to Richard.
Really?
Towards the end of his treatment, yeah.
Wow.
To look after him whilst he was in the hospital and in the hospice.
Yeah. It was incredibly brave because that was the time when she needed Meowi the most,
Absolutely.
really.
Yeah. She wanted to make her dad happy. She wanted to make him healthy again.
Yeah.
And her way of doing that was to give Meowi back. And after Chloe had left that day, he was quite taken back and emotional.
Yeah.
How old was Chloe when this was all happening?
So she was 4 when he was diagnosed and 5 when he did pass away.
Wow. Gosh.
Yeah, very young.
Very young.
I don't think she can remember an awful lot about her dad now.
No.
But she says she misses him every day. But I think that's where Meowi comes into the fore, as it's her way of connecting to him.
What exactly would Chloe like done to Meowi?
Well, Chloe's terrified of doing something that will damage her. But at the same time, she wants Meowi to go everywhere that she goes. So I think it's more making her sturdy enough to live another 36 years and beyond.
Well, you tell her we'll try our hardest not to keep her waiting too long.
OK, I will do.
All right.
Thank you very much. Lovely to
Take
meet
care.
you.
And you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. Come on.
Isn't she adorable? She has got areas here where she's going bald. But I'm really pleased to see that they're not starting to run into ladders.
Yes.
So if we open her up, first of all, take out the stuffing, because that's gone quite flat. And then how about one of us work on body and the other one work on the head?
Our body this time for a change.
Just got to find that opening seam. There it is. just at the last bit.
Yay! Giving me a piece of Meowi. Thank you
There
very
we go.
much. Well, I'm going to go and give this a bath.
Well, you may as well have this one as well then. Do them both.
Of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Steve, you got any circlet pliers?
Yes, somewhere.
Work on the Olympic torch is more marathon than sprint.
There you go. Thank you. Cheers.
The white pattern coating uses a process called hydrographics, so it's being replaced by specialists in the technique, which allows Brenton time to start focusing on other issues.
This is the pivot or the switch that turns the gas on and off, and it also holds the whole torch together because there's a pin that goes through the whole lot, and I can see some white plastic in there which is broken off. So I need to make a piece that fits into there but goes onto the outside of the torch. And I need to make 2 of those, 1 for each side. And I'm going to do that on the lathe with some white plastic bar that I've got here. So the lathe spins round and this sharp tool cuts the plastic to the size I want it. That looks fantastic. It fits into the pivot. I just need to face this little piece off the end, and that's 1 done. And I've got to do 1 more, ready to go back onto the torch. So this heat shield was added to stop the outside of the torch getting too hot, and this chewed piece at the top looks awful, and I can't put it back like this. I've got some 0.1mm steel foil. I'm just making a template, and I want to make a patch so I can keep as much of the original heat shield as possible. That will sit inside there, and then I need to cut this quite damaged part away from the original, and that will go down inside behind the burner and you won't see the join. I'm taking as little off as possible. That fits exactly how I want it to. I've now got to mix up some metal glue and stick this in place. I just need to put a very, very thin smear of this on. I don't want it oozing out of everywhere. Get these clamps on so they're in position. And as soon as that's set, I can put that back inside with the burner and it will look like it did when it was new. So I'm now in the process of hot foiling a silver Sydney 2000 logo. I looked on the website for the Olympic torch, and there's a description of how the torch is made, and it describes the logo as being put on with hot foil. Hot foiling is sticking a silver foil to an inkjet print, and by putting it through a hot roller, the silver will stick to the carbon of the print, but won't stick to the area where there's no print. Once this is silver foiled, it should look really shiny, like chrome. Now we need to put it between a piece of paper because the rollers are really, really hot, and it will melt the sticker onto the rollers and destroy the machine. Now we just have to patiently wait for it to come through and see if it's worked. Wow, perfect, absolutely perfect. I've got one more to make for the other side before I can reassemble the whole torch.
Arriving next, Rachel Storr-Barber and her daughter Jess. They have a special but long silent jukebox for electronics whiz Mark Stuckey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I'm Will.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jess. Nice to meet you.
What is this?
It's a jukebox. I bought it for my husband probably 21 years ago now. I bought it for a Christmas present for him.
Wow.
So
that's a big old Christmas present.
It is a big Christmas present.
Did you wrap that up? Or...
No, I think probably a bow, but that was it. From a young age, he absolutely loved vinyl. He had record players and, you know, every type of music he could have, he had.
He must have been over the moon.
He loved it. You know, he played it all the time. We used to have parties and we used to wheel it into the garden.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
What's your husband's name?
It was Chris. So he passed away in 2019.
Wow, it must have been a very difficult time for you.
Yeah, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
He never complained, not once. Even on the day he passed away, he had all his friends round and...
We had a bed set up in the living room for him.
Right, OK.
So we were all playing music.
Yes.
And you could just see when he needed time out, he'd just put his headphones in.
So this has got to be Chris's legacy then, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
How many records did Chris have?
Thousands.
So with thousands of records, how often would Chris change the records in this?
Yeah, quite often, probably about 4 times a year.
So this is Chris's last selection, I presume?
Was there one particular record which Chris liked who played more than anything else?
No. You couldn't pick. He was really, really eclectic. You know, Elvis, Queen, Beatles.
Marvin Gaye.
Marvin Gaye, fantastic. What Marvin Gaye track?
What's Going On? Definitely.
He played that quite a lot.
Yeah.
So.
When did you last hear this play?
Last heard it playing at Chris's wake. We put it on so people could choose their own records and things, and it went on fire.
What?
Yeah, so there was smoke pouring out of the jukebox, and we unplugged it, and it's kind of been silent ever since, which is really sad. The irony was, he always said, don't touch the jukebox, don't touch the records.
And then we did, and look what happened.
Yeah, and he said, I told you.
Yeah,
literally, that would
that's what we can hear him saying. I told you not to touch it. So, but you know what, I think he would be so pleased that it's here and that you're fixing it. I kind of feel the past few days that he's really been with me.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's with us now.
He's probably looking over my shoulder going,
don't you touch my jukebox.
I know exactly where everything is.
Yep. He'll be in safe hands, Chris.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's going to be an honour to work on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Look at this.
Like all these type of jukeboxes, there's loads and loads of connections and wires, etc. All these will need to be checked out, cleaned, because they can be tarnished. Rachel mentioned that there was this big puff of smoke. Now, puff of smokes normally invariably occur where there's high power. There's only one area really where that can happen, that will be in the power supply. So the first thing to do, remove the power supply. Right. Can't smell anything. When there's a lot of smoke, you should normally be able to see there was some damage occurring. Actually, the power supply looks pretty good. So it's possible it might be the audio board. It's because they do generate heat. So let me have a look. What do we got here? Straight away, there's 2 things evident. That capacitor has literally blown its top. At the same time, that resistor here had excessive current flow through it, and it's caused the damage. Though it looks horrible, and it is a problem, it's actually quite encouraging. Yeah, nice to find a fault.
While Mark is happy about his diagnosis,
oh, Meowi.
the newly washed cuddly cat is a concern for Julie and Amanda.
I can see from this side of Meowi's body the areas where there's no fur, and you can see right through it. We're not going to put more fur on because, you know, really it's not in keeping with Meowi. But Chloe obviously really depends on Meowi as her comfort. So I'm going to make sure that she's really good and strong from inside. We've decided to go for a really soft, fleecy fabric to line Meowi because it's got a slight stretch to it. So we won't notice a difference in the way Meowi moves, but it still gives her support and the structure. Before I can start lining, I just want to do a few little ladder stitches on the front just to draw in the edges of these gaps in the fur. Not too much, but enough that will close the gap and it will look like she's always had fur there. Ladder stitch is a great little stitch to learn if you've got to do little repairs that you don't want to show too much. It's very simple, works a treat. It's nothing to do with the strengthening, the lining will be doing all of that. This is just a nice little touch to make it look a bit better. So I pick up a little bit from each side of the gap, like so. So if I do this correctly, you won't be able to see where I've been. It will all be completely disguised. And when I pull it, it's a little bit like doing up a corset. It all brings everything together. There we go. Let's pull that together beautifully. Got a few more to do, but I think it's going to look really good.
How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, fine. I'm just cutting out the second piece of fleece to make Meowi's headlining. I was wondering, though, do you think it would be a good idea if I popped a slightly brighter mouth stitch on there? Because it's looking a little bit pale.
Yeah, it might be nice to define it a little bit. Yeah, go for it. Thank you very much. What do you think?
Ah, beautiful.
I think it's going to be perfect. Let's get your head on. I always put in a couple of tacks here and a couple on each side, and then I stitch all the way around. That way I know that, you know, the head's going to stay exactly where it should be. I know Meowi's going to have lots more cuddles from Chloe, so we've got to make sure everything is secure. It's a very important little kitty, aren't you?
The patterned coating of the Olympic torch has been replaced, and Brenton is now ready to reassemble its components.
This outer shell has come back and looks absolutely superb. And I've been close to the Opera House and the colour's spot on. And I can't wait to get this back together. So that is the burner assembly now attached. Right, the moment of truth now, putting the outer shell on without scratching it. I feel nervous about doing this because I might only get one shot at it. That went better than expected. One Olympic torch assembled. The whole thing looks like it's meant to look, but there's one thing missing. That's the Sydney logo at the top here. Wow. Look at that. That is fantastic. I want to run along with it now. I'm so pleased that this is looking so amazing because Greg's achievement, all of those 200 medals, plus being an ambassador carrying this torch in New Zealand, oh, I can't wait to see what he thinks.
Greg's late gran nominated him to carry the torch, but 22 years of handling had taken their toll. Now he's hoping it's in winning form once again.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Brenton.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you, and excited as well.
What's the dream for today?
Well, I'm going to see it be a shock and a big, massive surprise.
Hope so.
Yes, I'm sure.
Ready to see it?
I am, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Wow. I can't thank you enough, but that is right beyond my expectations. Wow. Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you. And, oh, can't get over it. And it's my nan coming to carry this Olympic torch.
Yeah.
So the history and just the job that you've done on, so I cannot thank you enough. I really can't. Thank you.
Just to see you happy to have your torch is enough for me.
I'm going to make sure I'm going to polish it now.
Our job is done.
It's been a pleasure.
You take care now.
You too. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye-bye.
I'm proud to say I got my Olympic torch back. It's been repaired, and here it is, brand spanking new. It's just an amazing, happy memory. If my nan could see me now, she'd be delighted, emotional, but very, very happy. Thank you, Nan. Love you.
Expert signwriter Dominic Chenier is getting acquainted with his next larger-than-life project.
Who is this guy then, Jay?
Looks like a pirate.
He's a pirate, isn't
Yeah.
he? Surely, with his sword.
Yeah.
Based on an adversary of the hero in a 19th century novel, this towering but tatty sign was a local legend in Perthshire, where Peter Sunderland has travelled from.
Hello.
Hello, how
you
are
doing?
you?
Hi, you okay?
I'm good, thank you.
Lovely to
This
see
is
you.
yours. Don't tell me this stays in your house.
No, well, it's not really mine. It belongs to the village, really.
Okay. What village is that?
The village of Aberfoyle,
Aberfoyle.
in Scotland.
Okay.
Yes.
Has he got a name then?
Well, he's the Bailey. He was created by Walter Scott in his famous book, Rob Roy.
Okay.
So the Bailey, he was a good guy. He was a magistrate.
Right, okay.
So why has the magistrate got a sword then? What's that all about? That's a sword,
Well,
isn't it?
I think it might be the poker. That's it, burning red at the end. I think. Famously, when Rob Roy attacked him, he pulled the poker because he couldn't get his gun.
Yeah.
You can't remember, Dom. This is a long time ago. Are you with me? There was summary justice in Scotland at the time. You know?
Okay. Right.
He is based on a lot of political history that's happening at the time, but this is fiction.
So it belongs to the village. Where does it stay in the village?
So it stayed high up on a big building, which is in the focal point in the village, called the Bailey Nickel Jarvie. It was a hotel.
OK.
And now it got converted to flats.
And he was up on the side of that building, obviously, for quite a while before the development.
Think it at least was the 1930s, and maybe even before. We think he was an advertising board that was put up to attract everyone to come and stay at the hotel.
Right.
And he sat up there, and he just became an icon. He's lovely. So when they came to convert 30 years ago, this guy disappeared. And nobody knew where he went. And everyone was looking for him.
Right.
And then, mysteriously, somebody phoned me and said, I know where he is. And the guy he took him out of the skip and he saved him and he kept him for the 30 years. He thought it was wrong that he had been taken off the building in the first place. When I started to tell people, they were almost in tears. Oh, you found the Bailey, you found the Bailey.
Right.
You know, they were so excited. And then we're going to put him back in the village where he rightly belongs.
So put him back on that wall.
Yeah.
So what would you like doing to him, the Bailey?
We'd like him to be smart, you know, to be nice, to be... So we've got pride back in him.
OK.
So you want him looking the way he was originally, very bright and vibrant?
Yeah. He's high up, so if he's bright, he's a lot more visible. We'd be so grateful, honestly. It would mean the world to us. We're going to welcome him back. Okay. Look after him, though, will you?
We'll be careful.
All right. See you, buddy boy. Be good.
See you later,
OK,
Peter.
we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Take
bye.
care. Bye-bye. Poor old Bailey has obviously seen better days. So many years up high on the side of a building in Scotland, exposed to all the weather and all of the elements. The problem really comes down to the paintwork. Unfortunately, it's just deteriorated. It doesn't look like the original artist used any kind of primer. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is sand all of this away, strip it right back to the bare planks and do a complete repaint. There are some good points to doing that. The lead around the edge is damaged in a few areas. By taking off the paint, I can actually get to deal with all of the structural elements. We know he's good to go. So first things first, I need to trace it to get every little last detail. So when it comes to repainting him, I know it's accurate. I really want this to be the Bailey sign that everyone remembers, not a brand new one that I've painted. It's easier said than done, though. The areas where there's been most detail, the paint has completely flaked away. I am going to have to be using my own kind of creative license a little bit, but I'm doing my best to capture as many pieces of the original as I can.
So, this is going to be an interesting one. You know, we'll see what we can come up between us and the best way to actually approach this.
OK, lead me to it.
Yeah, indeed.
Mark is facing a huge task, overhauling the burnt-out jukebox. So he's seeking a second opinion.
What do you think?
This is a nice little machine.
Right.
It's not done anything for a long time.
No, I think it's been a few years, so it's sat idle like this.
It's going to be stiff, yeah.
I've already taken the audio amp out and I've got it on my bench. It just really leaves you to do your magic.
OK,
I'll let you have some fun.
Thank you.
With nearly 30 years' experience fixing jukeboxes and audio equipment, Nigel Robinson is the ideal collaborator.
June 1981. That's when it was made. So it's got a computer control rather than all mechanical, which in some cases can be quite complex if you get a fault in this piece, because it's very early computer electronics. That means taking that panel apart and see what I can do with it. It's the fun of jukeboxes.
Meanwhile, Mark has cracked his part of the electronics puzzle.
This is the audio amplifier module. So in layman's terms, this is what actually creates that magical sound. It's taken quite a hammering, really. You've got like a domino effect here, where one component has failed, causing a subsequent component further down the line to seriously fail. The first thing which was directly noticeable was a resistor here, which was in a real poor way, where it overheated. Also, it's got a 3-amp fuse here in line with the speakers, and the fuse is blown. And finally, the main module has effectively blown its top. There's a hole, and that hole, undoubtedly, gas and smoke would have poured out of that, hence what they saw at the time when it did go wrong. So that we definitely know needs to be replaced. There's a lot here to deal with, so I need to really get underway.
So I've got to change this battery. That stores all the memory for what the jukebox does. So if you get a power cut, people don't lose their credits, and it tells you how many records are played and such like. Only it doesn't at the moment because the battery's had it. So we're going to desolder it using this desoldering iron and then pull it off the board. Oh no. Because the battery's been leaking on the board, it changes the solder into something that doesn't want to melt. It raises the melting point of it. So we didn't manage it with that one. We'll go back to the normal soldering iron and some solder wick. And this stuff sucks the solder up it, so we'll give that a go. If you can see, the solder's moving up the braid. But with a bit of luck, we should be able to pull it off now. And there it is.
Hi, Nigel. How's it going?
I'm working on the central processor at the moment.
Yeah, and I've enlarged the hole here so I can put the new MOSFET amp in.
Ah.
So hopefully we'll slide in and fit into there, in theory.
How we doing, guys?
Hi, Jay.
You all right?
Yeah, fine.
I don't have an M mug for you, but I got you an S.
Well,
Sparky. That's you, isn't it?
Yeah.
How long you guys been working together?
God, easy 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years?
Yes.
You put up with him for 4 years?
Yeah.
We're going to get this working again?
Of course
we are.
Because I need to hear music.
Should have it sorted in no time.
Famous last words, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, enjoy.
Thanks so much.
See you later, Jay.
Putting his money where his mouth is, Nigel needs to test his repairs to the electronic brain that runs the jukebox.
Right, let's see if it does anything. Oh, it's picking the record out. So I'm just using a little test amplifier here as a preamp. And if we look on the scope here, you'll see the music start. And that's what music looks like in a scope. The real amplifier will then do the sound through the speakers. As long as we get the audio side running, we'll have a working jukebox, which is up to Mark.
A jukebox needs a big, great sound. So, with that in mind, what we've had to do is source some new speakers suitable for the jukebox. Big and powerful magnet always gives you a lot of oomph bass, so it should work well. We have a little oscillator. That is an audible oscillator, so with a very small level, and what should happen if this preamp's working, the amplifier's working, we should get out the other end. Simple as that. So I'll now turn it on. Fingers crossed. Look at that. Wow. So that is a great relief. And when we start putting that record on, we should hear fabulous sound coming out of it. Excited.
Amanda and Julie's efforts to get Meowi looking like the cat's whiskers for young Chloe are paying off handsomely.
Here we go. What do you think? She looks perfect. So the last thing we've got left to do is a really good brush. Look at that face. And this is really bringing back all that fluffiness.
It's quite amazing to think, really, isn't it, that a child of 5 could give up her favourite toy to help
her dad.
Her dad.
I'm sure for her, she was doing the only thing she thought she could do to help her dad. Which is amazing, isn't it? Oh, Meowie. You are so, so cute.
Having selflessly given her dad back his childhood toy, Chloe and Mum Gemma now want Meowi to live on as a symbol of father and daughter's mutual devotion.
Hello. Hello, welcome back.
Hello.
You must be Chloe.
Yeah.
Hi, Chloe.
Hi.
Lovely to meet you.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah? Excited?
Yeah, very.
You've had to wait since last seeing Meowi. Has it been hard?
Yeah.
It's been strange.
Yeah?
It's like a void in the house.
Wow.
We better let her
We better
come
have,
out and
hadn't
say
we?
hello, hadn't we? Are you ready? You sure? Go on then.
She's so fluffy.
She looks brand new. She doesn't look anywhere near as delicate. Wow, it's amazing. I can't believe you managed to get her looking like that. Because she doesn't look different in any way. She just looks like Meowi. I'm
Thank
pleased.
you.
How are you feeling seeing
Really
her?
happy.
She's fantastic, isn't she?
She looks brand new.
She's been lovely to work on. And knowing what a brave and generous little girl you were, to have given her back to your dad when he was so poorly, meant a huge amount to us, didn't it?
It did,
We
yeah.
really wanted to make her as special for you as we could.
It's fantastic, just fantastic. And I think Daddy would be really proud and really happy. Oh, it's lovely. I can't thank you enough.
You're just so welcome, honestly. You really are. You take care, you two.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Meowie.
Well done.
I feel as though I can't let go. I just want to cuddle her for the rest of my life.
I think Richard would be ecstatic that she was repaired and looking as lovely as she does. And I think he would be really pleased that Meowie could live on and stay in the family.
Dom is getting the giant sign of the Bailey, fit to go back to its village in Scotland. With the original design traced, he can prepare for a total repaint.
I can't put this off any longer. I'm going to have to sand off all of this paint. Poor Bailey has lasted so many years, and it's sad that he's going to be removed, but I hope that his soul will still be left in these boards, so when I paint him back on, he'll come back to life again. Wow, look at that. Basically, sanding is removing the top sort of layer of paint that's been oxidised and worn away with the weather, and it's revealing Bailey's true colours, and my goodness, they are bright. Look at this yellow. This is a brilliant point where I can now stop and get out my colour charts and match to these beautiful bold colours hidden underneath. All of the sanding is now finished. I'm now moving on to the next task, which is the lead around the edge. This lead wraps around the end grain of the wood. The end grain absorbs all the water and the rain. So this lead stops the water getting in. Unfortunately, in a few areas, the lead has deteriorated and it's just kind of a bit brittle and crumbly. So I've just taken off this tiny little section on the edge and I'm going to replace it with this nice little strip of new lead. It's so sort of soft and malleable. You can manipulate it around the most complex little shapes. That is perfect. I just need to carry on working my way around until I've gone all the way around. Then I'll be ready for a coat of primer and some paint. I've got my coat of primer on the woodwork of the sign, so all the wood is nice and protected. I'm just finishing off, drawing in all the little details, little bits like his belt buckle. I want to get all the little details just right. It's all looking good. Now it's all ready for its first bit of colour. I've already opened the first can and wow, it's bright. These are matched to the original colours that I found. This blue is beautiful, look at that. Lovely, vibrant colour. This one is for his shirt. Oh, yes. Lovely, rich, sort of golden yellow. And then this last one is for the all-important red jacket. Ooh. This is going to look great. I'm going to start with the blue and get his trousers painted. There's something so therapeutic about brush painting something. It's the way things were done for so many years. It's really, really satisfying. I could lose hours just painting this. It's lovely. I literally just need to sit here now with my paintbrushes and my lovely colours and colour him in, as long as I keep in the lines. Oh, okay, the nostrils next. It's amazing, just two black shapes, and already his face is really starting to come to life. The whole sign is almost there. I've got the bit of detail on this hand, his belt buckle, and these are all the little bits that are going to sort of make him come to life.
After painstaking repairs and servicing of the jukebox,
that's it.
Mark and Nigel need to test whether all the many components work in harmony.
I'll leave you to do the honours.
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. This is going to be fun. Oh,
we made a nice noise.
Right. Well, that's encouraging.
It's moving.
Yeah.
It's thinking.
And
it's found a record.
Come on. That is encouraging. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. No dancing. We're a little license to dancing.
Oh. Brill. What a team. Excellent. Let's get the lid down.
Okie doke.
There we go. Great.
This jukebox was a gift to Chris, a music-loving husband who cherished it from the day he received it.
Mark.
Hi, Dom. How are you?
Looking good.
It's looking very good.
Is it working?
Of course.
Can I have a go?
No, you wait.
Come on, there's some good ones.
Actually, there's some great records in there.
Look at that. He'd make a good magician.
Rachel and Jess hope to celebrate Chris's life by continuing to use his precious jukebox.
Hello.
Hi. Lovely
Nice
to
to
see
be
you
back.
both. I'm Dom.
Hi, Dom.
Yeah. So, excited?
Very excited. It's been missed every day and nervous to see if it's been fixed. Music was Chris's life, so anything connected to music, you know, it's him, isn't it? So really excited to have it back.
Let's get it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh. Wow. That's
looks so shiny.
amazing.
Yeah.
Looks
it's lovely.
amazing. Amazing.
Oh. No, really nice. We played this in the car.
We did.
On
We were trying to remember what was on the jukebox on the way
right.
down
Oh,
and
actually did. And this one.
playing what was on there.
150.
It's one thing looking nice and shiny, but
Yeah.
it's another thing if it actually
Go
plays.
on, I'll let you have the honours.
Hearing that and it playing in this specific way, it's definitely bring, comfort.
Saturday morning, him in the kitchen, wiping the sides down.
Cooking,
singing,
after cooking breakfast.
After cooking
Trying-
breakfast. Singing or trying to
Yeah, you
sing.
used to blast it to wake us up to say breakfast was ready.
To wake you up.
Yeah.
So it's great. It's real happy memories.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
You just feel him around you again.
I think that's the amazing thing about music. It takes you right back to that moment, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's very
it does.
strong.
So what is the plan for it? Now it's working.
It will be used. Definitely will be
We'll
used.
plan a few parties.
People can come, they can choose a song to put on.
I hope you get on with your neighbours.
They'll be around partying too.
You have to make sure you invite them as well.
Yes, definitely.
So we will forever be grateful.
Yes.
Not at all, and enjoy it.
We
That's
will
what it's
enjoy
there
it.
for.
We will enjoy it.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet
Yeah,
you both.
thank you.
Nice
Safe
to meet you.
journey
Bye.
home.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye-bye. That's nice. Yeah, it's nice.
That sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't know how you do it. Yeah.
Seeing it today, fixed and playing and safe, it was a huge relief.
Yeah, it was really overwhelming to hear it play, flooding with emotions again. And I think that excitement of hearing it and not being scared that it's going to set on fire, but that we can play it and make new memories with it again.
Leaving the barn far behind, Dom is on his way to see new memories created.
How cool is this? I've never been here before, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at the view. Amazing.
For decades, the distinctive Bailey character was the focal point of a Scottish village. But when the hotel he graced became flats, he was consigned to history. Now Dom's headed for Aberfoyle, 25 miles north of Glasgow, to see the sign reunited with the local community.
Well, this must be the place. There he is. Peter.
Dom,
How are
nice
you?
to see you. How
Good
you
to
doing,
see
brother? Welcome to Aberfoyle.
I know you said you were going to get a few people together, but I was not expecting such a crowd.
It really brought us together. It's for everybody. They all are going to love him.
I mean, Bailey's not been up on this wall for more than 30 years now.
No, but he was there for 50, 60 years before that.
Are you ready?
Are we ready? 5,
4, 3, 2. What do you think?
Oh, love it, love it, love it, love it. Colin, all the detail. You've even got his fingernails. They're amazing. The whole smile, he's happy, he's boom, oh, and he's back. You're amazing.
When I was a little girl, it was something that you would almost wave to because you knew it was watching you. So it's very emotional, actually.
Most people thought they were never going to see it again. It had gone forever. And so it's almost like a fairy tale that has come back.
It just makes my heart just pitter-patter like nothing on earth to see the sign back on the wall again.
To have a reaction like that from people that remember Bailey it's made my day.
It's a lifelong legacy that you've left.
Bailey's back home, back where he
Bailey's
belongs.
home! Bailey's home!